In Castine Harbor, a group of sea kayakers glide through the water, a persistent piece of the area's maritime culture. For nearly 30 years, Castine Kayak Adventures has operated from these docks, launching guided tours into the bay to explore nearby islands and the ever-changing currents of the Bagaduce River.
We have a small shop and we have a staff of guides that are trained here, and we take people paddling every single day. I'm Karen Francoeur, and I'm a Master Maine Sea Kayak Guide and Master Recreation Guide.
Francoeur owns the operation. She's a well-known expert in Maine's boating community and an advocate for paddling safety and fun.
I just love Castine and I love paddling and I love guiding.
Today, she's sharing some sea kayaking tips with me. First on land, then out on the water.
The basic essential gear that any paddler should have is a life jacket that fits you and that's adjusted right. It's the leading cause of death in paddle sports is not wearing a life jacket. Along with a well-fitting life jacket, you need a couple of pieces of safety gear because you really want to be prepared for the worst to happen. If you prepare for the worst, you can enjoy the best.
Francoeur says that all sea kayakers should carry a paddle float, which is an inflatable device that allows you to use your paddle as an outrigger for climbing back into your kayak from the water. This is an essential tool if you capsize. Other items to carry on your kayak include a pump to remove water from your boat, water and snacks, a carabiner on a rope so you can easily attach to other boats, a spare paddle, a phone in a waterproof case, spare clothing in a dry bag, and a first aid kit. The Coast Guard also requires paddlers to carry a sound-making device, such as a whistle, and a white light if traveling after dark. Francoeur also carries a chart and a compass, which she uses to navigate.
You can find the tiniest little thing with good navigation, and good navigation skills allow you to paddle anywhere in the world.
Now that we're geared up, it's time to jump in a boat and hit the water. But even that takes some careful consideration. One of the most common mistakes that people make when sea kayaking is using the wrong type of boat.
People think a sea kayak is a boat that has a rudder on the back. You might notice none of those boats have rudders on the back. So it's not a rudder that makes it a sea kayak, it's sealed bulkheads bow and stern, and it needs to be really at least 15 feet long, 14 maybe. Shorter boats get moved around a lot more in the wind and current because a longer boat tracks better.
Sealed bulkheads mean the boat won't sink if it flips over, an important feature when paddling out on the ocean.
My goal is really to empower people to be independent, just like I want to be. I want to be able to go out and paddle my kayak and know what I need to know and know what I'm capable of.
That being said, Francoeur says that paddling with a partner or in a group often increases your safety, and she highly suggests it.
So a really nice way to get into your boat is to get in while your boat is floating in the water. So I put my paddle across your boat, and then I'm going to hold my paddle to my boat. So I have 2 points of contact. I'm holding the paddle to the boat and the paddle to your boat. And then I can come and sit right on my boat.
You can also use this method by bracing your paddle on the shore if the water is calm, like today, or on a dock.
If you put your paddle on your head, you want a 90-degree angle in your elbow, so you want a nice wide hand span. And then remember, you're also going to hold the paddle straight out in front of you. And these top knuckles of your hand line up with the top of the blade. When you're paddling, you can rotate side to side with nice straight arms. You can see that the tide is coming in because all of the boats are facing to the right. So there's going to be quite a bit of current coming at us from the right.
Once out on the water, we practiced different paddle strokes and learned to read the current so we could travel more efficiently as a group.
The ocean can be very serene and beautiful and enjoyable, and you don't have to be an expert, but I think having good paddling skills makes a huge difference.
The ocean can present challenges that you may not encounter on smaller bodies of water.
You can get into trouble faster. We have more fetch on the ocean, which is the distance that wind has to blow, which can create waves. Yeah, it's a very dynamic, moving environment all the time.
Here, we're tucking behind a boat in an eddy.
So come into this little calm water spot right next to me. And see how the water isn't moving?
Little tricks like this can be a big help if you need to rest or regroup. I've kayaked since I was a teenager, yet I'm learning a lot on this paddle. It's easy to get lazy with your paddling form.
Everybody look good. Rotate, baby, rotate. push on those big pedals.
Making our way back to the landing, my arms are like jelly, and my head is filled with tips and tricks that will help me out on the water. There's a lot to learn when it comes to sea kayaking, but the fun and the sense of freedom is well worth the effort.